Okay, in your packet, once you have all this completed, this page right here is one of the most important ones. Because I need you to show this to me so you can explain it to me so I can catch any problems you would have later on to save you like a day or two's worth of work. Okay. And then after our discussion, you might decide to redo part of it because something just won't work. Okay. A lot of times things will, it's hard to see on this photo right here. Things don't always look good when they're worn versus when they're on display. So that's one of the things I do want to kind of talk to you about sometimes on here. But let's just say you're all set to go. You're going to start grabbing your stuff. So I'm not going to lay out a massive project here. I just want to kind of talk about the boards again. So I have some beads here, and I have my crimp beads. This is one of the new things we're going to be adding onto there. So if I look at here, it says silver crimp bead. Again, we have these in gold. We have a little bit of black. So these you'll be using. There's a lot in here. It might not seem like it. So when you take some out, you can just drop a little bit, but you don't need to take too many. Okay, like that's enough. Okay, for your project. You can always come back and get more, but I've had people like dump like this entire thing out in your tray. It's like, what are you doing? Because we do need to share these. And again, these are spray painted black, so they are a little bit easier to find. Then, I just have my beads. This is just one I grabbed randomly. This is made out of wood. It's orange. This is a penny a piece. So I can come up with my design. A lot of times when you start coming up with how you're going to lay things out, you can start using these trays a little bit more. And I would be a little careful on how much you want to actually use. Remember, we went up to like 12 last time, so it's a 24-inch necklace. I would still go up there. If you want to go a little smaller, that's fine. I'm not going to be watching this as closely as I am the other one, but I still want to make sure it fits. Okay. So figure out where you're going to be kind of laying your stuff out. Now it's already set up for like a multi-level strand project. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. A lot of times people do 3 or 2. But you can start here for the inside one, go up to 12. Start up here, go up to 12 up here. And you should have an idea of where your stuff is at when you start putting it down. Now, if you end up using these, remember that you're going to want to get these so they're symmetrical. Now, these are these are flat, round ones. So for you to kind of get an idea, you're probably going to want to set these up, something like this, versus something like this, because obviously there are 5 beads right there. This is 2, 3's already taking up that same length, so just be kind of aware of where your stuff is at. But on this one, I probably would want to put a crimp bead here and a crimp bead here, because I know that's where I want to crimp, and then I want to have another crimp bead here. And this is if you're using crimp beads. If you're not, you don't have to. You don't do it this way. So I have 3 on this side. It doesn't have to be exact on here. It's a lot easier doing it when you're stringing it. I'm just trying to get an idea. Okay, so I have these 5 beads, and then a crimp on both sides, and then a crimp and crimp on both sides, and then I put a crimp and crimp. So that's if you were like going to suspend your beads, and if you were going to dangle something down and you wanted, a head pin, get your head pins out. You can open this up, decide that you want to dangle something right here, or maybe you want to have a pendant right there, and you can get a few of these head pins out as you start figuring it out. Get this all laid out, call me over so I can go over the string part and make sure you're not missing anything. Remember, you can add chains onto here. There's a whole slew of stuff you can add onto this while you're working on your stuff. Okay, so give yourself a few days to plan this out. When you're ready, you're going to start stringing it. This is after you talk to me. And I just want to talk about that real quick. You do not use this stuff. This fishing line is not for this project. You want to use this Beadalon art wire. Remember, this is a 7 strand. The higher the number of strands, Like there's like 32 and 48 strands, the higher the quality. So this is a little bit on the lower end quality wise, but it still works pretty good. So it has a string in there. This is another one, kind of like an off-brand. This is probably also, this one doesn't even tell you. I'm hoping this is about 7, but I guess I could tear it apart and find out. But this is gold, so you do have those options. If you use silver wire, use silver findings. Okay, that's your clasps. If you use gold wire, use gold findings. Okay, when you start getting that stuff done. Other than that, again, good luck on getting this set up. Once you feel like you have it, talk to me real quick, so I can go over to the next part.